Hey, what's up, guys? So coming to you this morning with the boxing preview for the week of August 3rd through August 9th. Just going to be breaking down whatever fights are worth watching on TV this week. And there's really only one card that is worth watching, in my opinion. That's taking place on Saturday, August 8th, and it will be on Fox Sports as the main event's going to be a solid one at welterweight between Thomas Dulorme and Jamal James for the vacant WBA interim title. But also, let's get to the undercard first, though. There's a rising guy on the undercard. He's 7-0, 4 knockouts. Omar Suarez. He's fighting some dude named Willie Shaw. Suarez not too, big yet. Still moving up the chain, but he's kicking off the telecast. So undefeated. Possibly worth watching. I haven't seen him fight yet. I may or may not watch that fight. The co-feature, though, should be, it's for something that could lead to a title fight later. It features, I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name. It features Lennox Allen from Guyana as he challenges for the vacant WBA interim super middleweight title. That's 168 when he takes on I think Cuban-born, God, what was the guy's name? A Cuban undefeated standout. I'm sorry, guys. I'm drawing a blank on his name. I keep losing it. I think Morel, yeah. Some guy named Morel. So that guy's 2-0, 2 knockouts. He hasn't done anything yet. Lennox Allen is 21-0. But you know what? He's been around for 16 years in the pros, has Lennox Allen, and he fights maybe once a year. 1 second. For the last decade. Not sure if he's going to be the interim champion or if the undefeated Cuban is going to get him. I would favor the guy, Lennox Allen, in this one. Again, the only reason I'm even talking about this fight is because these guys are competing for a vacant interim championship, which could lead to a title fight later on. And this is also the same division that the same title belt that Canelo has, the regular version, and Callum Smith has the super title. So, I'm not saying it's going to lead to that later, but it could lead to some kind of significance. Maybe it could lead to Callum Smith. It just depends on how these guys stand out. But that fight should be decent. I'm gonna pick Morel in this one to score the knockout over Lennox Allen. Allen's a veteran; he's been around, but he hasn't really fought any big names. This kid, undefeated, 22-0, comes from the Cuban amateur background, so that means he probably has a lot of amateur fights, and he probably could have turned pro a long time ago. I'm gonna go with Morel by a knockout over Lennox Allen. That's my prediction. And then in the main event, you have Thomas Dulorme, current top 10 welterweight. I currently have him tied for 10th, taking on Jamal James, who's top 15 right now at welterweight. But Jamal James wins this fight, he's in. He gets a top 10 spot. Dulorme, these two guys share a common opponent. They've both faced and lost to Yordenis Ugas. Now, James has been hot the last couple of years in terms of, just staying busy and getting wins. But nobody's really wanted to fight him. He's kind of a tall, lengthy welterweight, kind of awkward style. But he's solid and he's hittable, but he is definitely a solid fighter. And this is for the vacant WBA interim welterweight title. So the winner gets in line for who holds those belts, which Yordenis Ugas is actually going for the vacant regular title, and Manny Pacquiao is a super champion. Now, I've nothing in my mind says that either one of these guys will ever get Manny Pacquiao in the ring, but it could lead to a WBA title fight against somebody later on down the road. So it's worth checking out, especially it impacts the top 10. The top 10 of the best division in boxing. The winner of this fight for sure moves up in, more into the top 10. You got James, who's trying to get into the top 10. Really has the career loss to Yordenis Ugas. That was really the only bad mark on his resume, real bad mark on his resume. So, you know, and really it's not a bad mark because Ugas has proven to be a top 10 welterweight. He's very good. A lot of people think he beat Sean Porter last year, and he deserved that decision. Jamal James, you know, he's coming into it against Delorme, who's the underdog, but Delorme is used to playing the role of the underdog. This guy's been in the ring with quite a good slew of fighters. You know, he's lost to Terrence Crawford for the WBO welterweight belt, or for the junior welterweight title years ago. He got knocked out against Crawford, but he's, you know, he lost to Ugas. But recently, the last couple of years, calendar years, he's came in and surprised some people. In 2018, he went in a big underdog against Jesse Vargas in the main event of a DAZN card, and he actually pulled off a draw when he knocked Vargas down in the last round and evened things up, and that he walked away with a draw there, which was surprising. Then last year in September, he took on undefeated rising prospect Terrell Williams in a PBC card that most people thought he was going to lose, and he pulled off the upset there and got a clean 10-round unanimous decision over Williams to push himself into, you know, other things, and those other things are now against Jamal James. So again, this is a role that Delorme is used to playing as underdog. I think he's going to come out. I think he's going to fight hard. I think it's going to be a very good fight, but I do think Jamal James is going to outwork Thomas Delorme in this one and walk away with a clean 12-round decision and push himself into the top 10 finally. And I'm happy for him because I think that should happen. But don't count out the veteran Thomas Delorme. He's still only 30 years old. He's still very good. And, you know, it's going to be a good fight. You know, so make sure you're checking it out. Saturday, August 8th on Fox. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Pay attention this Saturday. Should be a good one. Again, my winners this weekend are Morrell and Jamal James. So that's it. All right, guys. True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.